Do you want to let go of anxiety, stress, or burnout ASAP? This is how you do it. One very important lesson that I learned as I was trying to create an online business on top of working a job full time in the medical field is that until we really deal with how we're feeling about our current circumstances and the negative emotions that are associated with it, until we really deal with that, it makes it a lot harder to move forward with creating something that we really want. It's kind of like a vicious cycle. If you're miserable doing what you're doing, then when you want to create something that you want to do, you're not going to be able to do it. And then you're going to be stuck in this position of doing what you don't want to do, right? So it is a vicious cycle, and I'm here to help you break through that right now. So if you don't address the real emotions that are happening within your system on a moment-to-moment daily basis, what happens is that you avoid doing the things that you really need to do to move forward, or you do things that will take you further away. So this may show up as procrastination or overwhelm. And what's underneath that is stress and anxiety. And this is all of the stuff that basically either leads to or is caused by burnout. So I created this video for you so that you can use this process. It's 5 to 10 minutes so that you can start to release the negative emotions that cause the sensation of anxiety and stress, and then actually start to get what's underneath that as well. Is like, what is the actual root cause of your stress and your anxiety? So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through like a quick rundown of how we're going to use this tool called tapping, okay? EFT is another name for it, emotional freedom technique. It's a mind-body technique that helps you to release negative energy, negative emotions, and like that thought process that is creating the negativity. Now, I'm told that I do tapping a little bit differently than most, so I want you to really tune in to the process that I'm going to take you through so you can get the most benefit from this tool. So what we're going to start with is basically a really simple 3-step process. And the first step is to just get really clear about, well, why are we needing to tap? Like, what is the circumstance? What is the situation that you're dealing with that you're not very happy with that's causing this anxiety or stress? What is the situation? So let's use an example of having a job that you want to leave. Like, you can't stand your job. So what you want to do is tune into that, right? Be really clear about what it is that's causing the grief. And then what are the thoughts about it? So maybe it's, I hate my job, or I want to quit, or I'm too busy, or they keep giving me more work, or I should be out of here by now, or it's just too much to handle. I can't stand it anymore. Whatever those thoughts are that are true for you, that's what you want to really get to in this first step. Okay, so that's step number 1. Step number 2 is to really tune into your body and feel what those emotions are associated with the circumstance, the situation, and those thoughts that you have about it. So if you're thinking, I hate my job, what is the emotion that goes with that? Is it frustration? Is it feeling stuck? Is it disappointment? What is it that you're feeling? And you want to really tune into this part, because it's the idea that we're feeling stressed, we're feeling anxious. That's a very superficial type of a feeling, but it's helpful if we get to below, like a layer below that. So like, what is the emotion associated with those thoughts about the circumstance that kind of makes us feel anxious or stressed? Okay. Then you might also want to see if you can find what are the beliefs related to it. So for example, if I'm thinking, I want to leave my job and I'm feeling frustrated, I might have the belief that I have no choice, the belief that I need the money, I have to stay at this job. So that's a belief, right? And that's leads to these thoughts. And then, of course, those thoughts lead to the emotions that we just talked about, okay? So that's all kind of part of step number 2. Step number 3 is, well, what do I really want? What do I want instead? Okay, that's kind of like a bonus. To do this work, you really only need to do steps 1 and 2 to feel a major shift. But step 3 is kind of like a bonus to just lock everything in and leave on a more positive, uplifted, motivated, inspired note, okay? So what is happening here before we dive into the actual technique is we are addressing our fight, flight, or freeze response. So what happens is we have a thought and it triggers an emotion that then triggers like a physiological hormonal response that actually is being like released and transmitted through our body. And we can feel that. And sometimes we're really in tune with it, and sometimes we're not, but it's always happening. It's always happening behind the scenes. And the work that I do and what I'm here to help you do is to tune into that so you can feel it, you can notice it and identify it more quickly so that you can release it and move through it. So again, so what happens is you have a thought, it triggers an emotion, and then that releases hormones into your body, such as cortisol. Cortisol is one of the main stress hormones that's circulating in your body. And we always do need some, but when it comes to this emotional and psychological effect, we have too much, right? It's like all the time chronic, we don't need it, or it gets triggered too easily. One of the hormones is cortisol. One of the other hormones is adrenaline. And when we use this mind-body tool called tapping, we literally use our fingertips and we are tapping on acupuncture points that lowers the stress response. It literally turns off that hormonal response. So then, like after 5 minutes, the cortisol level has gone down. The cortisol that's literally circulating in your body has gone down. And if you're really feeling a lot of intense emotions after 5 minutes, it might mean because there's a lot of adrenaline. So you want to tap for about 10 minutes to lower the adrenaline. Okay, so I'm going to actually walk you through a real tapping process, and we're going to do it for 2 minutes. I'm going to set my timer here for 2 minutes, but I recommend that you do it for at least 5, and then you check in, see your intensity of your emotions and that response in your body, how high it is on a scale from 1 to 10. And then what we want to do is get that number as low as we possibly can. In about 5 to 10 minutes, we'll notice a difference. Okay, so I'm just going to show you an example to do this for like 2 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set a quick timer. And we're going to use this example that I've been talking about of having a job that you can't stand, hate, don't want to be at, want to leave, whatever it is. Okay, so you just repeat after me. Some of these words might resonate, some words might not. That's normal. You just kind of focus on the ones that resonate, and you can even substitute and use your own phrases, your own words, whatever fits best for you. This is for you, but I'm just going to give you an example. Okay. So the points that we're going to start with are top of the head, right here on the inside of the eyebrows, basically where the eyebrows end, outside here, outside of the eyes, on the bone, right here under the eyes, on the bone, right here under the nose, under the lips, and then under the clavicles. And there's more, but these are the ones we're going to use. So I'm just going to go through those over and over, saying my true beliefs, my truths. You speak what your truth is, and we're going to go through this for 2 minutes, okay? Actually, I've already set my timer, so we're all a minute in. Okay. This job, I don't want it anymore. It's frustrating. I hate it. I want to leave. I feel overwhelmed. There's too much work to do. I should have left by now. But I need the money. I'm so disappointed. It's stressful. I'm frustrated. I feel trapped. I have no choice. I need the money. I hate this job. It causes so much stress, anxiety, and I feel it in my body. Frustration, disappointment. Okay, here's the timer. So like I said, that was just an example. You might already start to feel some of those emotions settling down. I recommend that you rate the intensity before tapping and after tapping, and you want to feel a decrease. You want to see a decrease in that number, and you want to feel it. So for example, say you were at 10 before, and then you go through this tapping for about 5 minutes. You tune back in, take a deep breath, feel what's going on for you. And if it's still at like a 5, that's, pretty moderately high still. Maybe you tap for another 5 minutes. Okay. So let's assume that we've done that. You maybe paused this video and then now you're back and you're feeling a lot more calm and at ease. Okay. And that's the power of tapping, is that you just feel more relaxed. Everything feels slowed down. You feel more yourself. Okay. And then the bonus, that step number 3 is, well, what do I want instead? And that's just a really good way to anchor in the direction you're going. So you just add on, like, what I would really like instead is I can't wait for blank. I don't need this job anymore. I'm on my way to do whatever I want. I have financial freedom. I'm open to the next opportunity. Everything is working out in my best interest. Whatever you feel, you just tap on that couple more rounds to really just kind of anchor in a more positive, uplifting feeling. So that's it. That's the simple 3-step process to releasing stress and anxiety, all of those negative emotions that are leading to burnout. And I'm telling you, if you do this on a regular basis, you will not only feel a shift in the moment, but you will start to feel some of the things that were causing the stress and anxiety no longer causing that same effect. So I can't wait to hear how this is working for you. Come back and drop it in the comments and share this with a friend who wouldn't benefit from releasing some stress and anxiety, right? So please subscribe if you want to make sure that you don't miss any of my future transformational videos, and I'll see you soon.